Hi there, I'm Isikola Oshibikon, your Salesforce CRM Cloud Computing and Data Analysis Career Coach. I welcome you all to Talent Lincoln. On this channel, we are all about unlocking your potential, taking your career to the next level. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button and make sure to turn on your notification bell so you never miss out on our latest content. And if you find this video valuable, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. Thank you.
I'm glad to have you on this channel with me this moment. I believe that I've been giving you insight, I've been giving you tips on how you can be a successful Salesforce professional. And then now, at this time, I want to be discussing the approval process as an automation tool in Salesforce, because approval process is one of the powerful tools for automation, whereby you can use it to carry out different form of process that can really be automatic and give you consistency, accuracy of data, and so many more, in terms of making requests about the particular transactions, or making seeking for approval to go on holiday, or you want to go off on a moment on particular tasks, generally to make a request to the superiors, or to kind of automate the business or workflow. Approval process is one of the key and powerful tools to use. So there's some series of sequence of steps around using approval process, and how you can use it to automate, finally to automate a particular workflow process. In terms of that, whereby you find out decision in particular approval process might either be approved or rejections action at the end of the day. Let us dive in this PowerPoint presentation and look at it, and how you can build step by steps on how you can arrive at building a very responsive, without error approval process. Approval process in Salesforce are a critical component of workflow automation and data management. They serve as systematic way of control and streamline approval record within an organization. Definitely, it really helps to automate a workflow. It's a kind of a systematic way to control and streamline approval record within the organizations. Importance of approval process. These are the things you need the approval process for. The purpose, the what is going to help you to achieve at the end of the day. Approval process play a pivot role in automating and streamlining business process. Definitely, they ensure that the key decisions, such as those related to sales deals, expense requests, and other business transactions, are subject to structured review and approval cycle. When you have transactions that involve making requests about expenses, making requests about discount, about sales processes, review and life cycle are what you need to use to automate repetitive actions that might be coming. This approval process is very, very good. And by implementing approval process, organization can maintain data integrity, definitely data consistency, accuracy, accountability, and compliances. This can be achieved through approval processes. And in essence, approval processes are fundamental for maintaining control, accountability, consistency, and failure in various aspects of an organization's operation, making them an integral part of Salesforce administration. So you, as a Salesforce administrator, is expected of you, or even Salesforce professional, to know how to configure approval process to automate so many activities, to bring in consistency, to bring in data compliances with a great accuracy and a great performance, and at the end of the day, to guide against errors, to guide against dubious side of people just manipulating figures and all the rest. And it helps to give a historical evidence that it's possible to be able to trace activities that had to do with the approval process, because it's really gone through the systems, and who approve, if disapprove, and then who reject, who accepts will be possible. It will be traceable at the end of the day. An approval process in Salesforce is a systematic and rule-based mechanism designed to manage the approval, review critical records, transaction within an organization. It establishes a structured path that record follow to ensure that they meet specific criteria before they can be approved or rejected. Yes, it's a sequence of events, of actions that involve in approval process, and it helps to manage and review critical records transaction within an organization. No doubt about that. A series of steps for approval process. It is called an approval process is a series of sequence steps that record go through to reach a final destination that can either be approval or rejection. These steps are defined to match the organizational unique business requirement and typically involve multiple stakeholders, each with specific responsibility. You want to build approval process. There are sequence of stages involving criteria, involving actions. The criteria, you need to set criteria for it that a particular process or set process will go through. Let's say you want to give an approval for a discount, that any discount that is more than 20%, then on a particular opportunity record or a transaction or deal or sales, approval must be given or requested from a manager of a sales rep. So when you set an approval process on an error like that, what is going to do, before you do send an approval process on an error like that to help you automate such a process like that, what you need to do is to have in place is to have the criteria, that the condition that the data will follow, then if happen this way and this should happen. Those are the things involved in terms of approval process. And if you are using approval process, it's going to go a long way, involving other actions like approval process, and actions like rejections, and apart from that, approval and rejections is the end thing. It's either it is rejected or it is approved. That's what is involved. But there's going to be initial actions that particular request will go through. From there, it will go to another stage to ask, okay, the main approval process. After that, the next stage is going to go to final actions. It's either going to be approved or rejected. So it's a series of steps for approval, and it's called an approval process is a series of sequence steps that record go through to reach final destination, approval or rejection. These steps define to match the organizational unique need or the kind of business they done in the organization. Is being tailored toward that. So it can be unique business requirement and apply involved multiple stakeholders, each with specific responsibility. In the approval process, you have submitter and you have the approver. Then, when the approval process in Salesforce, an approval process in Salesforce is a systematic and rule-based mechanism designed to manage the approval and review of critical record and transaction within an organization. It establishes a structured path that record follow to ensure to meet specific criteria before approval or rejection. A series of steps for approval. At its core, approval process is a series of sequential steps that record go through to reach a final destination, approval or rejection. These steps are defined to match organizational unique business requirement, typically involve multiple stakeholders, each of which with its own specific responsibility, and the signal of maintaining data integrity and control in Salesforce. It lies in the ability to uphold data integrity, control, and also safeguard against unauthorized or erroneous changes to essential record, preventing data inaccuracy, ensure that the decision align with organizational policies or objective. By enforcing structural review, approval cycle, approval processes enable organization to establish accountability. It gives consistency, it gives transparency in their workflow. This in turn helps reducing error, mitigating against risks, and maintaining regulatory compliance. Generally, approval process are a cornerstone of data governance. It helps in terms of process automation within Salesforce. Thereby, it's really helping a crucial role in enhancing reliability, security of critical business data, definitely. So these are the steps, the sequence of order involved when you are trying to configure approval process. The first thing is the entry criteria. You need to enter criteria, you need to enter logic about the condition that will be fulfilled before your approval process will be triggered, either by sending email alerts to a manager or to a record owner or opportunity record owner, whatsoever way you set it to or you tailor it toward meeting your organizational need. So criteria is the first thing. Entry criteria are the initial condition that record must meet to trigger the start of approval process. If the record satisfies the condition, it proceeds into approval cycle. So the surveillance of this entry criteria is very crucial, ensuring only record that is meeting that condition that you said or the prerequisite conditions. We go through and maintain the relevant and prevent unnecessary approval. So the criteria is very similar. It's only the record that meets with the condition that has been set in the criteria that will go through that will make the approval process to launch or take a particular action. So approval steps now define the stages record goes through on its path to final approval rejection. Each step outlined, at the end of the day, who approval are, the order of their action are critical for them. So approval step is a structural step-by-step path for record review. It involves tasks. Is where decision is being taken about a particular approval process, whereby is it to sign me, is it to perform a task, whatever you want it to do, it will always do it for you. But it depends on what you set in to be your approval. Approval assignment determine who is responsible for evaluating, deciding on record at each approval step. So it's the person that will determine at this point the approval assignment who determine who is responsible, who take the decision about this particular approval process. And approvals can be individual, users, roles, or public group. Definitely, it can be group of people whereby they get a notification through email alert about a particular assignment, and it can be based on a role hierarchy, the role that the person is in, and on the organizational structure. Then, in terms of data sharing, now email alerts are used to notify stakeholders, including approver and the record submitter, about the progress and status of the approval process. So this aspect involved in the approval process, who is getting to send the mail, who is getting the mail, who is not, about a particular approval process. Somebody that's the submitter and also the approver must have an alert to say, okay, somebody has made a request or somebody is submitting a particular notice about the process, might be about a particular big sales or something at the end of the day. So the significance email alert ensure that everyone involved in the approval cycle kept involved, contributing to transparency and timely decision making. So these components collectively form a continuous cycle Starting from entry criteria, moving through approval step with approval, taking a specific approval action. So you do all that through email alerts, and email alerts will really help you to kind of know all the who is involved in approval cycle that has to do with any approval. So the first thing is approve. Approving a record is action where your approval give their endorsement. So they give go ahead, they accept your request. That's okay. They give their conscience say go ahead, and this particular transaction is approved. Then rejection action can be taken when the approver believes that the record is not yet ready for approval, and sent back to the previous step in the approval process. And this allows a further review or revision about that if rejection action is taken. So the record returned to an earlier step, offering to be submitted and designated reviewer, so that if necessary to changes or clarification can be made at the end of the day. Then reassign is also involved. Definitely, reassign is a record involving change the current approval for a particular step to a different individual or group. This is done when assigned approval is unavailable. Somebody that is being assigned to approve a particular in a approval cycle, a process cycle, if it's not available, then it should be reassigned. Somebody should be assigned to take that responsibility. Has a conflict of interest, or if the record need to be reviewed by someone else. So the reassign will come in place at that moment when somebody is unavailable or somebody has a conflicting interest of a particular transaction. So significance. Reassignment ensures that the right person will evaluate the record at a specific step, so there is no any time that somebody will be missing in action. Somebody needs to be reassigned to take up that responsibility. And then notify approval and record submitter. There is going to be a notification coming in form of email alerts to automatically send email notification to recipient, including the approver, involved in the approval step, or individual initiated the record submission, which is the submitters as well. Those are the people involved to make sure that the approval cycle is being is a successful one at the end of the day. You always have somebody submitting the approval, that means the person requesting for that approval, or somebody approving him at the other hand. Timely update. This allows serve the prompt inform approval about action required on their part, which such as review and making decisions on record. So simultaneously, record submitter are kept informed about progress of their submitted record, including approval or rejection. So emphasis in the importance of keeping stakeholders informed. Transparency, accountability. So email alert contribute transparency, gives transparency, gives room for accountability. So ensure that everyone involved in the process, they are all aware of each record and the action taken in pending decision. So it also takes timely decision making, keeping stakeholder informed in real time, allow for prompt decision making and responsiveness. Definitely it's going to help on timely decision making. It doesn't take time. It's at a click of something like this, everything is done, and that is why they call it automated process. This is especially critical by time sensitive approval are required. So also it gives room for compliance and audit trail. Email alert create an audit trail of communication related to approval process. So whatever involving the transactions or everything is being well documented, because there is an audit trail that is involved that to be valuable compliance and purpose as it is document entire process journey. So all the process journey that has to do with approval will be well documented through email alert that is being created, because it supports that particular it supports the audit trail. Enhancing trust by providing stakeholder with clear consistency. It gives trust. At the end of the day, there will be trust, and there can be confidence that things are well documented And so, in summary, email alert in approval process are indispensable for maintaining effective communication, transparency, and accountability. They ensure that the key decision makers and record submitters are continuously informed, which in turn facilitate timely uh, involvement of everyone that need to take one action or the other during the approval process. Now, these are a series of use cases or scenario whereby you can use the approval process to actually automate things for you. If in terms of sales discount, if there is a need for a discount, then approval process to manage discount can be set up and involve the eligibility criteria and everything based on the hierarchy, and then discount will be applied based on is it to approve or to be rejected, or when a discount request reaches at a particular threshold, like 20% or 25% or 30%, depending on what how you want it or the criteria being set for it, then somebody should receive an alert. Expense report as well. If somebody submits expense report for reimbursement, the approval process can automate the review. Approval of the report and verify expenses against compliance policy and budget as well. Then purchase orders. If somebody is trying to post control and streamline the purchase order, approval process can really be good for that. Maybe in department like finance team, procurement specialist, approval process can be involved. Time of request. If somebody is trying to, for a while, is going off on holidays or vacation, need to approve them. The approval process help in managing the request, ensuring that staffing level are maintained and that request is compliant with the company policy. Job requisition as well. When department need to hire new employee, job requisition often require approval from HR or department head. Approval process would definitely help in hiring a process whereby process of job requisition can be automated between the human resources management department and the stakeholders to know about the transaction and the recruitment process at the end of the day. Okay, I believe these discussions and few concepts have been discussed, how approval process can be set up, and now it can be very good tools to really automate so many business some aspect of a business process that can really help your organizations. I would say at this point, let me wrap it up here. Keep watching and keep looking out for good insights and tips on this channel. Thank you and stay blessed. Bye.
Alright, that's a wrap up for today's video. I hope you have picked up some valuable insights and actionable tips in Salesforce ecosystem. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Give this video a big thumb up. If you found it helpful, I'm Asikola Oshirikan and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.